Here we go. And passing the floor to our chairperson, Lubov. Thank you.
Thank you, Petra, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters and our guests. So it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to our meeting, and whether can practice our public speaking skills is in place where we can boost our leadership skills. And I don't want to remind about our club. You all know the rules. You all know about Toastmaster community. So let's enjoy the meeting and make it night to remember. And I pass the floor our Toastmaster of the day, Petra.
Thank you, Lubov. Again, thank you all so much for coming to this special edition of our chamber meeting, the Chamber of Secrets, in which we are going to hear exciting speeches with hidden clues and messages that we have to pay special attention to and make sure that we hear the things in between the lines and try to decrypt and decode what our speakers wanted to tell us. So, first things first, let's start with our technical team today, and I'm going to invite to our stage our timer, which is Zvinka. Zvinka, stage is yours.
Thank you, Petra. Hello, everyone. Today I will be working as a timer. And so you will see me often. I will pay attention to the time. And if you are within your time limit, you will see green behind my back. If you are coming closer to the line, you will see yellow. And if you are too engaged in your speaking, you may see red on the background behind me. But I think you will all be in the green zone today. So good luck.
Thank you, Zvinka. Next, I would like to ask our accounter Tasia or Tasha. I don't know if which version is correct. Anyway, anyway, please explain the role of accounter. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam TMOD. My name is Tasha, and I will be your counter. If you wonder what is counter, basically it's a filler word like like so. But don't worry, if you use those, you're not gonna get punished. It's just try to less use those filler word. And my tips for you is to speak slowly. So for me, back to our TMOD.
Thank you. Next, we have the grammarian who will take care of the technical side of our speaking today. So please, Nicholas, explain your role. Thank you.
Gladly. Hello, everyone. I'm Nicholas. Today, I'm the grammarian. And my role for today is to observe the languages, the words that you are using to create your sentences, and see that there is something not very clean that I can nitpick, observe, and remind you later. But of course, there is a good side to this as well. Don't worry. I will also watch for the beautiful, unusual things that you will say, and I will pat you on your back, although virtually as well. The word of the day is a difficult one, so get ready. Innocuous, which means harmless, essentially. I will pass this word into the chat, and should you be brave enough, you will try to say it. That is all from me. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you for your innocuous description that didn't work in the context, but I used that anyway. So our last our last technical role is the Zoom spotlight. Camille, please explain your role.
My role is to keep the spotlight. That means to keep you shining in this session. So whenever you speak, I will try to be that you be in the front page by using the pin function like this. And then also I will also do it when the time, when it gets to green, I will put the time so you can see and know that you're getting closer to the limits. This thanks back to you, Petra.
Thank you, Camilo. Now we are moving to the second part of our meeting, I would say, where we will hear two amazing speakers. Our first speaker is Rochelle Rice, and she will tell us, or she will perform a speech called The Thrill. So I'm very excited for this thrilling speech, and Rochelle, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Rochelle, this is the part where you amaze us with your speaking talents. Thank you.
I did hear you. I couldn't get off. Here we go. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I am thrilled to be with you today. And it's no surprise, or no secret, I should say, that I love to live life with a sense of passion and a little bit of inner edge. That's why I'm coming to you live today from the streets of New York City. 3 things I want to share with you about the thrill of living in this city. It's the location, it's the people, and it's the thrill of being here. Let me explain. First and foremost is the location. Now, I always wanted to be here and dance because there was something about it. There was hope, there was optimism, there was grit. HOG. Not a very good acronym, but HOG is what it is. Hope, optimism, and grit. It's this part of the city that I just absolutely love so much, that HOG feeling. And when you start to live into that feeling, it makes you think about all the different places that you can be in the world. But for me, I also love the location for the heat. The heat, now some might think, is very hot, dry maybe, but it's not like the Southwest. This here is the heat that has you dripping with sweat. And the humidity, I love it. The humidity is excellent for your hair. It's excellent for my fingernails. They grow in the summer. It's hot, but it's humid. This location in the city has such an incredible sense of excitement and enthusiasm of just being here on the streets of New York. It's the location. Again, it's not dry, but super, super hot. The second reason I love this place, and it's such a thrill, is the location. Excuse me, I apologize. The people. Now, the people I love. Sometimes I believe people think that we might all look alike, like so American, bandanas, boots, leather. It's nothing like that. Even though maybe American movies, American culture showed this part of us, the bandanas, the boots, the jeans, the leather, this is not New York City. As a matter of fact, we are everything but that. Everything but that. The people, you can walk down the street and see high fashion on Fifth Avenue, or you might see the jeans and boots. Or what's more common is people love dressing in black. Now, it's kind of a cool thing because when you see someone who's dressed all in black, you wonder, are you a New Yorker? But slowly, we've come around to embracing all kinds of colors, all kinds of fashion, all kinds of styles. It's a little more casual these days, post-COVID, but the style and the fashion still exists. If you walk along Fifth Avenue or Madison Avenue and into the different shops, you won't see so much of the boots, the leather, the bandanas. You'll see more, tons of fashion. The third reason I love this city is the thrill, the absolute thrill of being in this city. The thrill of the wind in my hair. Oh, maybe not all the time. The thrill of the noise in my ears. Oh, maybe not all the time either. But I will say the thrill when the wind blows through my hair and even the loud noises are all part of this great city. I'll give you an example about the loud noises. Last month, March 17th, David and I were in the apartment and a lot of fire engines went by. And I said to David, that's one too many fire engines, because I could remember back to what it was like on 9/11. So to hear the noise, and said to him, turn on the TV, and it turned out there was indeed a fire that they were all responding to. But to hear that sound, and not only, when I say love the sound and embrace the sound, but be confident in knowing exactly what it is and understanding that I'm still safe with that wind in my hair and perhaps the sounds that are going on in this great city. The three things, like I said, to me are the location of Manhattan. I'll show you. I giggle because I love it here so much. The hope, the optimism, the grit, the hog. How I love the people. Hold on, we'll see if we have a few more people. The people that have so much skill, so much talent, so much desire to really help one another. And lastly would be the thrill. Let me see if I can get you the Empire State Building. Oh, that's it right there. The thrill of, even with the noise, they call the wind in my hair, it's all still really, really great. I appreciate the opportunity to share. I'm going to walk a little bit to share this secret with you all. I want to give a shout out to Nicholas for doing such an outstanding job and reminding me what day it was and we were sharing a secret. And I also deeply appreciate sharing with each of you this thrill today, the thrill of the hog, the thrill of the people, and the thrill of the wind in my hair and the loud noises. Have a beautiful day, my friends, with blessings from New York City. Madam Toastmaster, back to you.
Thank you, Rochelle. Now, I would like to ask you all to leave a feedback for Rochelle. I will pass the link to the chat in 1 second. And Zinka, please put 1 minute on the timer. Thank you.
I'm just having a little trouble muting, so I apologize. Give me a second.
Time is up.
Thank you. Now, please welcome to our virtual stage Nicholas with his speech, The Crossroads of Capitalism. Nicholas, stage is yours.
Thank you, thank you. Since Dennis couldn't make his speech, today I decided that I will try some improvisation to show some skills that I have learned in this club. Let's see how that will go. I will tell you about my experience of finding a job. I will tell you something a bit about myself, and then I will tell you about the 3 companies that I have encountered, and your mission will be to guess which one I choose. So first things, something little about me that will be relevant in next 5 minutes and 37 seconds or something. First things first, I am quite, I would say, hazardous. No, I love hazard, but not in a way that I go to casino and spinning the thingies. I like uncertainty and how things might end up. So I usually do some risky thingies, or risky actions, but not something that would impact me badly. But for example, in a video game, I would like to play the characters that have really advantage, but also they are fragile and they can die easily. So you can see what I mean. And this is most apparent in the video games and board games that, okay, this has 10% chance of succeeding, but let's go. So that is the first thing. But also I want to say that also I have this risky aspect of my personality. I do not cross some boundaries. The second thing is that I am quite, let's say, money/success oriented. So it is not as important to be in a good company, not a company in a sense that people that are around me. So it's not so important to me to have nice colleagues and good colleagues in my second home. How was your weekend and stuff like that? I am more interested in what company can offer to me in the expertise. So what I can learn and what I can later use in my career and on my CV and so on and so forth. So these will be the 2 things that will be relevant. Now, the companies. The first one, let's call it Green Company. I did an interview there and it was stellar. I think I've checked all the boxes, and the pay that they have provided me was decent, let's say. I was very satisfied with that, and it was also an opportunity to learn. Now, shortly after, I got an email for the second company, which we will call the Gray Company. In that company, I went for an interview, and again, it ended up great. But I misspoke about one little thing. They would ask me a question. So imagine that you have some problems with the command chain, that someone above you will have some opinion of how something should be implemented, and you will have different. How will you approach it? And I said that I'm not very comfortable in these kind of situations, and I like to pursue my truth. So after I said that, I immediately went sort of into the panic mode, because that is probably not answer that they wanted to hear. So the second company, the Gray Company, it was okay. I did the technical stuff, but I was not really certain how will they decide on the company match, the culture match, whether I will fit their team by this thing that I said. And maybe that is only my insecurity and they would view it in a very possible way. Who can know? Now, the third company, let's call it the Orange Company. In my first job, I would be in the most lovely company that you can imagine. There, I would dissolve my opinions that were installed by others, how there are terrible bosses in the world. and only terrible bosses. When I was small junior, not knowing nothing, still studying in the school, I was by the coffee machine in the kitchen, and the CEO, the guy in the suit, comes and says hi, and hey, hello, boss. And I would figure out that he's the sweetest boss that you can imagine. If you have a terrible boss, I would send you to this boss to rehabilitation so you can healthily reset your worldviews. It was really great. He was super kind, and everybody on that company was so kind. Even my HR colleague that these HR is not your friend, they are your enemies, they just played on you, and when you are weak they strike you down and you write some stuff and you are out from the company. My HR, mind you, invited me for a vacation, and we would go to the Croatia, and it was great, a bunch with other coworkers. Perfect. So this company was really something from friendship aspect. Now, after a long time, the boss from my first company asked me on the LinkedIn whether I would like to return back. So there is a choice in front of me. I did excellent 2 interviews. The first one, the green company, there is a decent pay and good technologies, but in the gray company, there is a huge payment, almost a double of the first one, but I don't know whether they like me from the people aspect. And in the second one, the orange, there are friends everywhere. I will be safe there. Now, at this point, I made a decision, and I choose one, and I never return back. Now, I asked you, which company did I choose? That's all. Thank you for your attention, and back to you, Petra.
Thank you. Please leave your feedback for Nicholas's speech as well. I am pasting the link into the chat, and I will also pass the link for voting for the best speaker, and maybe we can have a minute and a half to do both things. So, Svinka, please. Thank you.
Time is up.
Thank you. Now I would like to test your ability to pay attention. So I took some notes, and I will recap the speeches a little bit first, and then I will ask you to guess the secrets. So first speech was by Lubov. I'm sorry, Rochelle, uh, named The Thrill. And she explained in her speech 3 reasons or 3 things that she likes about New York. First thing was the location, specifically the hope, optimism, and grit of New York. The second reason were the people who are very friendly, fashionable, and there are many various kinds of people in there. And the last reason was the thrill, the noise, and the wind in her hair. Now, did you catch any hidden meaning, hidden message that she wanted to say in her speech besides what she was actually saying there? So 3 seconds to think. And Martina, what do you think?
I'm surprised. I'm supposed to reply as I'm also evaluating Rochelle. But I was thinking that there is no hidden secret in the speech because the secret was that she likes Manhattan, as what I understood. That she likes New York and she wanted to share that secret with us. And there was no hidden question or nothing what might be something to think about too much, that what might she want to say, because that was very clear speech and very clearly structured. Therefore, for me, there is no secret in that speech.
Okay, interesting. She hit it very well, I admit it. So maybe somebody else. Dzvinka, what do you think? Did you catch any hidden meaning?
No. I'm even surprised there was something hidden. I only was listening to the main topics that she announced before she was speaking, so no idea what's the secret here.
Yeah, okay. Since we don't have Rochelle here anymore, I will tell you because if I didn't know, I wouldn't catch it. No way. So the hidden message or the secret was that the same reasons or the same things about New York match also the feeling of riding a Harley Davidson motorcycle. So the thrill, wind in the hair, and loud noises, the people, she was talking about boots, bandanas, leather, like the guys with the outfits and stuff, and uh, Harley owners group and heat of the area. Okay, I didn't catch that, but anyway, so the secret was that uh, New York and driving Harley Davidson is thrilling in the same way, basically. Okay. Yes, Sherlock Holmes wouldn't touch this. Yeah, speaking of Sherlock Holmes, Nicholas, your speech, where is it? Okay, you were talking about at first about your personality a bit, how you had some hazardous tendencies, and how the company, as in the people, is not that important, and told us about three companies. First one, the green one, had a decent pay, and you had great interview in there. The second great gray company, the pay was even better, but you felt like the company was not so friendly. And the last one, orange, was very friendly and amazing company in the sense of the people. So, Lubov, what do you think? Which of these companies Nicholas chose?
I can guess maybe a second company, but I'm not sure.
Okay, maybe one more guess. Camilo, you haven't spoken much today, so what do you think?
I think he mentioned three companies. One was the Wing company. The other one that I understood it was the one that have a very super salary, and then the third one was a company that have a acceptable salary, I guess. Uh, but I would assume that he picked the Wing company because it's green and they have an acceptable salary. Uh, he may want to go for the one that have a great salary, but he didn't sound very convinced because great salary doesn't mean that you will have a challenging project, an environment that you will really like. You can get a very good salary, but the only day you will be happy is the payday. The rest of the month, you will not be excited. So I would assume he picked the green company.
Okay, thank you. Nicholas, tell us the secret. Which one did you choose?
Lubo or Camilo? One of you got it right, but who? That is the question. It was, ding ding ding, Camilo, and you are exactly right. So I'll be drowning in the money, but soulless, trapped in the capitalism. So I choose the first company because it had interesting technologies, and the second one really didn't. And I didn't choose the orange one because the things that I can put into my CV are more important than friendly bosses and friendly HRs that asked me to go to Croatia holidays. So that was my choice. Back to you, Petra.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for participating. Now I would like to invite our general evaluator Lubov to the stage to introduce our evaluators. Thank you. Stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Petra. So as a general evaluator, my role is to observe the meeting as a whole, looking how it was organized, how each role contributed, and how we created supportive engagement environment. So an evaluation is one of the most valuable part of Toastmaster, and now I invite on this stage our first speech evaluator, Martina Damovska. She will evaluate Rochelle's speech. Please, Martina, stage is yours.
I was hesitating what the speech title will be. Finally, few seconds before, the thrill was announced, exactly matching the story. Then I was wondering what the secret will be. But I did not catch there was a secret because all the speech was about the secret. What a great hidden secret it was. At the end, we understood that there was indeed a hidden secret. Rochelle did a great job. Everyone could take her speech preparation as an example. As I understood, she prepared it in a very short time, but with a very clear structure. And this is something we can take into our speeches as well. Also, we could see Nicholas doing the same. Clear structure, repeating the going from 1 second to the third point, and then at the end, repeating what the structure was, makes us to remember the storyline and the clear, slow voice without filler words, make it very simple to remember. And she made some points like hog, like explaining what a hog is, like the first letter is second and the third. And it's something personal, not something generic. And there also, she put some, like her structure, like location, what she likes, people, what she likes, thrills. This makes the speech very personal. On the other side, what might be better in her speech is to include some personal story. That's always something that we hear. If you want to catch attention even more or be persuasive or to catch people's attention, include some story. In the second point where she mentioned people, for me, it looked a little bit more like talking about the fashion more than the people, that the skills and help to each other, she mentioned at the end. But during the storyline, I was missing a little bit of some kind of story about how people are helping to each other to make it more like a storytelling. Because there was in a location that is like humid, it's Manhattan, showing the people around. It was very interactive, and it was very great example how we can use the camera. We are online, we can start to shoot in the streets, just be very uncomfortable talking to the camera when people are moving around, even using them in our shoot. It's something very new in this club, and I think something that we can also take it as an example. On the other side, even such a great speaker as Rochelle should think about including personal story and giving us a hint that there is a secret hidden, so we can think about like what it might be. Thank you.
Thank you, Martina. And we can move on to our second evaluator, but as I see from agenda, it should be Vitaly. Nicholas, or I'm misunderstanding?
Yeah, I forgot to remove that part. Vitaly couldn't attend. He has problems with electricity.
Okay, so we don't have a evaluator for your speech.
I was making a note, so I can do it as
well. Oh, okay.
Okay, it will be great. Our second speech evaluator, Martina Adamovska.
As I mentioned previously with Rochelle's speech, we could also hear Nicholas with his first very improvised speech that I knew he prepared very shortly. He announced me an hour before the meeting. But interestingly, when he stood up, it was not felt. He gave us a little bit of an introduction, which was very personal, and usually we try to avoid it and advise people just start to speak. But in this case, it was very welcome to explain what he's going to do, that he's unprepared and he's going to focus on this speech as impromptu. There was clear structure as well as in Rochelle's speech, the first company, second, third, and he gave us a hint at the beginning, like what he likes, what he does not like. This was very thought through. If I don't know that he did not prepare it for a long time, I would not believe it. Therefore, really, really good job in this. His gestures were opened up by standing position and probably a little bit of stress that he wanted to tackle this improvisation made it like a bit of boxing gestures, which was energetically very fulfilling and I think inspired a little bit by Dennis as his kind of inspirator, and I could really feel it from the speech. On the other side, what Nicholas might think about to improve is, as I also gave the feedback in written, is talking with the hand or moving the hand in front, like now, for example, because it's very difficult to hear people talking with the microphone. Maybe you hear me like this, of course. But the hand gestures were open, but some they're still blocked when thinking, probably, or making like strange gestures that were not really coherent with the story, which showed nervousness. On the other side, I could hear hardly any filler word. Therefore, these filler words went into the gestures, I think, a little bit, but it's something that it's possible to work on. Otherwise, very confident speech, because I did not hear any trembling voice, no filler words, no. There was eye contact, not all the time, but there was eye contact. Therefore, for me, it was very nicely prepared impromptu speech. I will just check if there is something else. Just a second. Yeah, a little bit of misty transition between the opening of explanation and then starting to speak. Sentences like, well, so I wanted to say. These sentences, I think, should not be repeated. If you want to say it once, but not all the time, just to keep the clear structure of the story. Otherwise, great job, and just do it again. Thank you.
Thank you, Martina, for take this role and help Nicholas be his evaluator. So let's move on, and our technical roles may be brief, but they are powerful because they help us become more aware of how we speak, how we use our time, how we structure our thoughts. So I invite on this virtual stage our first evaluator, a counter. Tasha, stage is yours. Please give us your feedback.
Thank you so much, Madam G. I will put the report in the chat. Give me a second. There you go. So, congratulations for Toastmaster Petra and Rochelle because you have 0 filler word. Otherwise, there's not much filler word. So, everything good. You guys doing great and keep it that way. I mean, yeah. Back to our G.
Thank you,
So,
Tasha.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. And you want to add something, please? Okay. Our next technical role is grammarian, and Nicholas, please, stage is yours.
Thank you, thank you. I think you were quite precise with your words today. I noticed one word from Rochelle that I needed to really dig up in my mind what it means, and that is grit. So patting on the back for that. Grit is something like conscientiousness. Like I need to be conscientious to make it. I need grit to make it. Is that resolve and decision to focus on the task. Now, another word that I liked hearing is tackle, which was used by Martina. Tackle this improvisation. It is. I know the meaning, but to explain it nicely, yeah, it's to interact or play or do something. That means tackle with the improvisation. Also, the nice word that was used was coherent, which I don't also hear a lot. And this is, I just thought it was funny that his filler words went into the gestures. So that is, I imagine like I really like suppressed the filler words upside, but they just flown down into my hands, and that was the funny image. Now, yeah, regarding the innocuous word, nobody used it, but don't worry, I didn't as well, so it's okay. Now, that will be all from my brief report. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Nicholas, for your brief report, and I pass the floor our timer. Zvinka, please. Stage is yours.
Thank you, Lyubov. I should say that today everyone was so excited about their tokens, so everyone exceeded their time limit to the best that they could. So all of our speakers, all of our evaluators had a lot to say, but nonetheless, I think that was a great meeting, and even if some things didn't stick to the plan, we still made it on time. So good job, everyone. Thank you. Back to you, Lyubov.
Thank you, Zvinka. So, what I want to say, first of all, despite of many changes in this meeting, we have impromptu speaker, we have impromptu evaluator Martina who stepped in her role. And what I want to say in general, first of all, thank you our Toastmaster of the day, Petra, who prepared on this meeting. She made a really nice background just to remind us about what's the topic of our meeting, Chamber of Secrets. So all our speakers prepared small secrets, and we will try to find out what is the secret. So thank you, Petra, for your great preparation, background, and follow us during this meeting. Technical team all description and introduction was clear. Show timer background, how we'll manage and how we will understand what our time zone. Thank you, Tasha, who prepared clear information, explain about account role, how we can use it, and what we need to do to avoid all of these filler words. Nicholas, our grammarian, explain his role, give us very difficult word, but despite of this, we will try to learn and use this word not only during this meeting but outside of meeting. Small reminder, please maybe remind in the chat about this word that we can use it more often than one or neither. And I would like to step into our evaluator, Martina. A big applause to you because of, despite of we don't have Rachel as a speaker, but you deliver your evaluation. It's good example how you listen in not only Rochelle's speech but at Nicholas' speech as well, and give good you show us how we need ready every meeting to step all roles just to support team, support meeting, and so on. Just small maybe recommendation, when you recommend Nicholas use when you mention his step in front of camera, you sit this time. Maybe in this case you better to, as evaluator, also stay in front of camera just to show example how to do it as well. But overall it was a very great, very great example of how he has a speech evaluator. And overall, despite of small community today, we have a great meeting. We hear great stories and improvisation speeches from Nicholas. And I would like to say winner of speakers, our winner is Nicholas. A round of applause to you, Nicholas. It was improvisation prepared speech, and a round of applause to you. And I back the floor our Toastmaster of the day, Petra.
Thank you. So let me just say that it was very fun. I had a lot of fun today. It was great meeting. Regardless of the changes in the agenda, I think that we handled it quite well. And thank you all for participating. So I think that's all from my side. Have a nice evening, and I am passing the floor again back to Lubov, our chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you, Petra. And once more time, I would like to admit that was dynamic and vibrant Toastmaster meeting. We have a special topic. Despite of many changes, as mentioned Petra, this meeting have brought a lot of energy, enthusiasm, and positive vibes to us. So I would like to officially close this meeting, and we have time to small chatting after this meeting. Thank you.